Yeah, so these are the guns I added. They're pretty fun. They're made out of wood. They reload kind of like a shotgun, right? Did you see that in the inventory right there? I think it looks pretty nice. They have a hollow inside effect, hollow effect on the inside. I think it's cool also. And these are the guns. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the guns that I'm adding to Barely Default. These are based on Diddy Kong's Peanut Popgun from Smash Bros. Ultimate. As you might know, I'm porting all the weapons from Smash Bros. We'll get to that later. These are the ones I've already done. I have some updates on that also. But this video is specifically about these guns that I finished. The Peanut Popgun of Diddy Kong is a wooden gun. And obviously, it's called a peanut pop gun. There's no peanuts in Minecraft, so I decided to go with an acorn acer, is what I came up with. So it was clever. And then I realized, well, if I'm doing acorn acer, then it's a perfect opportunity to kind of like solidify the tree seeds that I have in my pack. Because a lot of people, one of the first things they notice, it strikes them as a lot different from default, is obviously my tree seeds, the acorn, spruce cone, etc. And yeah, I think this, I mean, I don't really know how this really like helps people remember what they're called, but maybe it does. Either way, I liked it. I liked that it integrated a Barely Default original change, and that it wasn't just Minecraft canon. I like that we're expanding the lore within the pack also, so that's a good thing. So there's all these funny names I made up. Spruce Cone Slinger, I wanted them to all be like fancy and funny, roll of the tongue type of thing. Catkin Cannon is fun. The Jungle Jet, there you go. If any of these fancy your preference, you can have differently colored guns. Most of them are brown. This one's gray with orange. The Pod Packer. Kind of try to have like pull a little bit of a Disney here. Have a little bit of a joke for the adults. I mean, pod, like, because of the, well, where is it? There you go, because of the Acacia pod. But pod also, kind of sounds like pod, weed. So I think that's, there's a joke there. And I Googled synonyms for smoking weed, and I found the word poking. So I originally called it pod poker. But then I Googled poking weed and nothing came up. So I don't know why poking was on their website as a synonym for weed. It's not really used, and you do pack a bowl. You pack a bowl of weed. So Pod Packer is the best I could come up with as far as Disney adult joke goes. Bamboo Blaster, pretty fun. I really like this model a lot. It's obviously just a bamboo shoot right there, but I really like it. I think it's really clever. I think it's really nice. Something people will definitely use if you want a green gun. Obviously the colorful ones are the more special ones. Then the Proper Gun. Couldn't really think of a good like synonym for throwing or shooting or like tossing or whatever the fuck. So I went with Popgun, because it's the mangrove propagule, right? Mangrove propagule, so Popgun. Popgun also sounds like a proper gun. Popgun, I think it's nice. Popgun, the first official appearance of a gun in Barely Default, because obviously I've changed gunpowder to sulfur. So because there were no guns in Minecraft, and now there is a gun. It's a proper gun. There you go. My favorite one, Cherry Popper. Obviously, one of those adult jokes that I added. It's nice and pink on the inside. Goes into a deep hole. I mean, you can really go have I don't know, like have one bit of a laugh, and then that's all the name is worth. But there you go. It's a clever name I come up with, especially justifiable because it's a peanut pop gun. So it's like a double whammy, a little bit almost, like a 1.5 whammy maybe. But I definitely think that the Cherry Popper is the funniest, like an adult joke in a thing that could be used by kids. Like my videos aren't for kids, but my pack, I'm sure kids play with my pack. And I'm not changing my videos to like cater to kids, by the way. I'm like making, Minecraft is my generation's game. It's a 10-year-old fucking game, Like most people who play Minecraft, I mean, I don't think that's true, but there's an entire generation of people who are really like me, who are my age, who are really passionate about Minecraft. So I'm making videos for them, and then if kids watch, I don't know, like ask your mom if you can watch my content. I think it would be fine. I wouldn't even ask my mom, but I don't know, I feel nice saying that. Next up, the Twisted Thrower and the Weeping Wrangler. Not the best names maybe, but they're here. The Netherwoods, obviously very cool gun alternatives. They're animated because I couldn't not animate them all the way to the tippy top. And that's it. You can have you can even double wield guns. They look kind of cool. They look kind of simple. I don't know if they look like guns. They look like logs on sticks maybe a little bit. But then you shoot an arrow from them, and I really like it when you hold it like this. It reminds me of first-person shooters, and you pew. And obviously the reload animation is really cool. I'm really happy with that creative decision I made, because it's very reminiscent of maybe not guns but fire weapons, right? Maybe some revolvers open up like this. I don't actually really know. And then obviously this is all compatible with my cool add-on that I added. All the crossbows show a custom model, well, in default already loaded with a firework. In my pack also, obviously. So there you go. There's just a crossbow in there, or like a firework in there. It fades to black, even the firework does, so it's nice. And for the glowing arrow, you can also have, you know, you have a custom model also. And then on the inside it glows. It fades to glowing. You see that? Maybe, I guess it doesn't really show up. It'll show up at nighttime. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Here, I'll show you like this. It'll show up like this, the glowing effect. The fade to glow. You see it? The fade to glow? It's a nice effect. See? Oh, that looks great, actually. You can really see it. All right, well, you get the point. You get it. Yeah, cool little detail in bare default. About these guns. And yeah, that's probably all I have to say about the guns. And then I'll do a little bit of an update on the other weapons from Smash Bros. That I've added. I've added colored variants. First of all, I've tweaked the Galaxy Swords palette. It now uses the... Nobody cares about this, but it now uses the Nether Gold palette. I have like a different palette for gold for the different tiers, right? Like Netherite has a darker gold trim than the other tiers. And Iron has a bronze type of gold. You know, it's cool. So I made it the handle. I made it the Netherite golden palette, and then the handle, or like this, the blade itself, I made it the Journey set, which is a gold palette that I created, or well, I guess I took inspiration from Minecraft China Edition, from this sword. I found this sword file in the, I mean, I altered it a bit, but basically this sword is in the China Edition files. I altered the palette a bit, and then this palette came out, which is really nice, and it looks kind of mythical, and I use it for the blade. So it's not just a golden blade, because I don't really like that, because I think it's kind of confusing. I don't want people to think that this is a golden sword. Even though you might still think that, because it's not most super obvious, but at least I try my best, you know, because I still want it to be gold, because otherwise, why is it Meta Knight sword? The variants I added are from the skins, obviously. Yeah, the different skins in Smash Bros. There's the Galactic sword from Galactonite, and then there's the Dark Galaxy sword from Dark Meta Knight, which is cool. And these use the same palette. This one at least uses the same palette as the Sakura set. So do with it as you will. I guess you could match it with this. I don't know if it matches super well, because it mostly uses the light palette, because it's a pretty big palette. But that's okay. Maybe you could match it with the armor. I don't know. Now, I don't really like the Sakura set. I invented it to match the Sakura sword, which was in Minecraft China Edition, as a furniture item. So I invented it. I don't really like it. I make stuff, you know, for other people. Sometimes I imagine someone will think this is the coolest set they've ever seen. Maybe not that excited, but you know, someone will play with this. I always thought this was kind of a griefer set, you know, kind of like a troll, you know. It's a netherite troll. That's the most dangerous type of troll. And now you can have a galactic sword with that if you want. If this is, you know, I don't know. I'm just telling you that the palette matches up, and that's all. Yeah. And that's it. Oh, I added the... I never showed this off on video. I added the Sparkler, which is a Minecraft Dungeons port. But in Minecraft Dungeons, it's a torch. It's spark. I guess it's a torch, and it's a sparkler. It has a cool animation in Minecraft Dungeons, but I don't think you can really do it as a viable weapon as a port. I don't think it's a valuable port, right? Because it's not even the most of Dungeons weapons are still pretty consistent with the Minecraft style, you know, like a blocky blade. Like this is a Minecraft Dungeons port, basically. Almost, you know, I changed the palette a bit, but it's basically Minecraft Dungeons port completely, right? And then it still has the blocky style like this, you know. I guess the bone cudgel breaks it, and you know, because it's, I guess, a model, and then that's fine. But the sparkler is just a torch in your hand, so it's just a straight item. I don't really like it. I did a video with Kevin MP4, who's a streamer, on New Default Plus, which is a really cool resource pack, which is similar to mine, by Sea of Pixels. And we were looking through his pack, and he has actually done the sparkler. And I personally, it's a good execution, but I just don't think it's a viable weapon for anyone to ever use. Whereas even the spoons, I think, have a lot of comedic value. The torch just isn't, I don't know, I just don't think it's good. It's just confusing and inconsistent in my opinion, even though Sea of Pixels did a good job with the port. What Sea of Pixels also made in New Default Plus is a really cool flaming sword that Kevin really liked, you know, and then he said steal it, and then I did.
If this one has animations, it'd actually be kind of crazy.
I want to see. Which one are you looking at? Tell me before I do the same one. Which would be crazy.
Sunlight. Oh, it's
no.
animated.
I'm gonna do the Sands of Time. It looks cool as shit. Wait, no, I want to do it at the same time. I'm getting spoiled by... Oh, that's... Okay. Let me show you yours. Oh, that's sick. What's it called? What's that one called?
Sunlight.
Sunlight. Oh, that's cool as shit. Fuck, I love that, dude. It's like a big flame.
Thing.
It's just like a big... yeah, it's so shit, dude. It's like some Avatar shit, right? Okay, check this out. Check this out.
You gotta steal it.
Steal it from my pack? Yeah, I'll steal it. It's so good, I'll just take it.
You gotta write it down. Things that I'm gonna steal from this pack.
You can show this to your Twitch viewers, because they're all gonna use new default plus as a very default. Like, I'm screwed if they see this, you know? I decided, fuck it. I'll make the sparkler a flaming sword. It's kind of like, it has the Fire Nation colors a little bit, you know? It's just like a generic fire sword. It has a cool animation, so the flame is just you know, like a thin plane. I think that's important, you know. And then the animation is really good. But I just want to like take away credit from me. Oh, I forgot I was wearing his arm. And to take away credit from me a little bit, I made the animation. The palette is just a fire palette from the campfire. I'm pretty sure I transferred it to all the fire in Minecraft, right? Like I added, if you didn't know, I added I could have just kept typing fire because I would have found a fire chart, but it's fine. I added you know, a lower palette for fire also, and it's the same palette. It should be as this one. Maybe it's not though. That's kind of a problem if it's not. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe items are just always lit. Even though I did make this in a emissive texture, I can't really make it any darker or any lighter than this for some reason. But there we go. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of animations in Minecraft China Edition. Famously, I've dissected Minecraft China Edition, and I've, you know, looked at the swords, and I've ported stuff, and then, you know, with the ports I make, there's a lot of creative liberty. So, you know, you don't, you know, it's fine. Because it's more about the design, right? It's not so impressive to make this. Like, anyone could make this. The fact is that it's in Minecraft, and that's why it's special and canon, right? But with this flame, I couldn't make this myself. I don't have the skills. Animating animated textures are a whole different beast. I've done some good ones. I've done like more relevant flames, like this one. Wait, where is it? Like this one, you know, where it's not so relevant that it's, you know, it's just a small flame. Who cares about that flame, right? But this one is obviously really, really good. And I didn't copy a file because that didn't work, because these are really high definition flames in Minecraft China Edition. But I did draw over it with the palette of my fire, well, of the microfire. Anyways, I did draw over it. So basically, I did make it technically, but also I didn't have to think about how the animation would work, because I just put the frames in the same order, and I just, you know, like I said, drew over it. So it was very easy to do for me that way. Still took a long time, but it wasn't like, you know, it's not like an impressive feat, I don't think. You know, it's dedication of time. See it as a Minecraft China Edition port, I guess, but I wanted to be open about it because I don't really feel good showing off. It's a really cool sword that I'm happy that I brought to the game, but I don't really feel good about you know, taking credit for it. You know, if people are like, wow, that's so well done, and I'm like, haha, I know, right? And yeah, like I said, I did make it, but I drew over, you know, existing fire animation, you know, which is very cheap and cheaty. But there you go. Sometimes that's how I make my resource pack. The next sword rename for a netherite sword is the Ultra Sword, which is really cool. It's a really big sword. It's kind of a normal sword. It's kind of just like a really big normal sword. Blue handle. It's based on Kirby's Final Smash sword. So that's fun. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I do kind of want to upgrade all the... Because right now, there's a lot of netherite blades I've been adding that don't use the netherite palette for the blade, right? The overworld's key, I think it's less of a problem because it looks so special, but the master sword could easily be mistaken. I mean, I guess it's, you know, it's the fucking master sword basically, so who would mistake it? But in theory, it could easily be mistaken for an iron sword. Right now, it uses the iron palette, so I think that's a design problem. So I want to develop a palette for mystical steel, I guess, you know, so I could have all these netherite variants, and then maybe I'll also change this one to have it. I don't know. It's all a work in progress. A lot of work to do still. So let's move on to the next item. Let's save the big hammer right there for last, because it's a really special one. A big fucking hammer. And next thing I want to show off is the space shield, which looks like a little pendant that I'm holding right now. I really like it. I'm going to show you what it does in a minute. I'll tell you right now, it is a port of Fox and Falco. Well, more foxes, I guess. A deflector shield. in Smash Bros. So look at this. I'll activate it. Look at that. Maybe it's not the best animation. You know, maybe it's, I don't know. We're trying out here, and look, this is what it does. I really love the idea of holding a pendant. Look at this, of holding a pendant that you just, you know, that just defies all momentum when it's hit against, because it has this force field, like you know, defies the gravity of the impact of the hit it just took. So you could be, it matches the space set, right? I made it match the space set because I didn't really want to add a random shield, since I already also have to add, or I want to add, sets shields for all the netherite collections. I'm gonna call these netherite collections, and then I'll also have unique netherite armor sets that won't be a part of, well, I guess in this case it has a shield. It's all pretty complicated, and I have a lot of, basically I have infinite work to do, basically. So yeah, a really cool shield. Then you can just be fighting like this. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I'm fighting right now. And you don't even need to wear this with the space set. Oh, because I did the space set, I also did the vortex shield. Because obviously it's a recolor of the space armor, and there's the vortex shield. There it is. Look at this. So yeah, new shield variant in Barely Default. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. It looks like a little pendant. If you see a player run at you with an enchanted little pendant, you know that could be, you know, I don't know what you would even enchant the shield with other than unbreaking and mending, but you know, that's a fucking shield right there. So watch out. You know, get your axe out. And that's a nice transition. Your axe might as well be the sextuple D hammer. That's right, I did it. I worked the word sex into my resource pack. Very happy to have done this. Previously, I've done the triple D hammer, a very out there design, very big, extravagant, very noticeable. It's a well designed though. I think it's a shout out to King Diddy and King Diddy's hammer. Yeah, because that's pretty funny. And I call it the triple D hammer because DDD, King DDD. And then this hammer doesn't really have a name. His down special in Smash Bros is called the Jet Hammer, but it's not the same hammer. That's this hammer on steroids, which I might do. We'll see if I do the Jet Hammer, which will just be the triple D hammer max enchanted. So just so you know, that's gonna happen if it happens, because I don't know how to do the design yet, because I can't tilt on multiple angles. And I need tilted elements if you haven't seen the hammer. So that's a problem that I'll have to figure out. But for now, the sextuple D hammer, I think the original name, like the canonical name for it, is like the DDD's hammer 2.0. Because I do research into all this shit before I name it, because names are pretty permanent, right? And if it's the 2.0 and this is the triple D hammer, then this is the sextuple D hammer. Triple D hammer is already funny because triple D, double D, you know. And maybe I'll add Kirby's hammer, which will just be the double D hammer. No, I won't. The triple D hammer is it's already kind of funny, and then sextuple D hammer is just a 2.0 version of that. Different style completely, so I didn't want it to be an enchanted model, and I think it's great. I just think it's really cool. It has the little peace emoji on it, his little symbol. This could be interpreted as rabbit ears, but as I was googling, I found out it's the peace sign of King Diddy that he does. That's his logo apparently, which seems kind of like a Donald Trump move, but that's okay, just saying. And people are gonna be really mad because King Diddy is like a one big fucking meme. And I think it's a really cool design for a hammer. It breaks all the rules of Minecraft. I wasn't supposed to make this. I wasn't supposed to add this to my pack ever. You're not supposed to rename an axe, a netherite axe, to sextuple D hammer. This isn't supposed to work, but the model is really cool. I think it's really nice. It uses a bunch of pellets from all over the pack. There's the wool pellets in there for the little pattern, and then there's the cast iron pellet for the base of the hammer, and then, you know, I mean, all that's left is the golden iron pellet. But that's okay. You know, beautiful, beautiful big hammer. And one cool thing about this is when you enchant it with either sharpness, bane, or arthropods. I don't know why I said it like that. Bane of Arthropods, because I'm scared of spiders, I guess. Bane of Arthropods, what's the other one? Smite, or Efficiency 5. So when it's max enchanted, I'll show it with 4, it won't work. Check this out. With 4, it doesn't work yet. So if you were building like a god set, and you were only at sharpness or efficiency, or I guess Smite or Bane or Arthropods, but those aren't compatible with sharpness 4, then you won't get the model yet. But if you get sharpness 5 or Smite or Bane of Arthropods or efficiency, I added efficiency in there in case you want to use it as an axe instead of just a weapon, which it is meant to be, you get this. A flaming sextuple D hammer, which is insane. Which is really cool. Again, a redrawn China edition flame. and yeah, that's really cool. It has a glowing base. See, the flame, for some reason, I guess thin elements can't really be as bright or something, because the base right there, where the glow comes from, in the ring right there, is brighter than the flame itself. I don't really understand why that happens. It has the same level of omicity. I assigned the same level of omicity to both of those. And yeah, I think that's a cool little detail. I did it for all these weapons. All these weapons have like sharpness variants here. Like the Stormlander has a cool electric animation. Look at this. Yeah, you saw it already. Here, look at this. If you want to roleplay Thor, and you get sharpness 5, or smite, or bane of arthropods, or efficiency. Look at that. Yeah, it's great. And then it goes for all these weapons. Well, except for the scythe, that only with fire aspect, because of, you can't really, it's a problem. If you have a soul scythe, you hit a fucking guy, and then he gets set on fire, it's never gonna be soul fire, it's a problem. So, you hit a fucking guy, look at this guy, you hit this Joker with his, well, now he's already on fire, so it's not gonna work, he's gonna, okay, well, I mean, what are we gonna do about that? Oh, right, the age-old classic. This is a long-ass rambling video. I thought it was gonna be a short one. Hello, zombie. Look, if you hit it with the fucking, well, you have insta-kills. That doesn't really count, but that's okay. And then if you hit it with the fire aspect, now he's set on fire, but it's orange fire. And how much would it suck, break your immersion, if it was blue fire, like here? Wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't that be the worst? I think that would be the worst. So, what have we learned today? A lot of details in Barely Default, and that's what it's all about, and that's why we're here. And I've been Mickey Joe. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to show off. This big ass hammer is in the pack, along with these guns. I've been busy stealing animations, and also doing a bunch of cool shit. Why are there full blocks on here? Did I do that? No. Wait, what? I guess. Wait, huh? Okay, I guess I did that. Okay, that's fine. That's sure. We'll do that. We'll. Oh, right, because I did the shield design like this. Ah, right. Okay. By the way, this map is up for downloads. I'll update it right now to have all the latest features. So if you want to have this map and just see all the renames without having to, like, I don't know, look at the document or whatever, have an immersive 3D space to walk around in, you can now. Yeah. Why is the moo boom gone? I thought I had a moo boom here. The creeper. Did I turn it to peaceful? Do named creeper? Oh, what the hell? That is a cow spawn egg. A mushroom cow spawn egg, actually. Let's name this spawn egg. I get that the regular creeper despawned, but I don't know. Why did the moo boom despawn? Here, let's get the moo boom in there. If we're gonna update the map, I was just bragging about updating the map. You can download it off my curse word. The link is right there in the description. You just get this map. It's easy. Easiest. Look, moo boom. Very rare creeper variant. Looks like a cow. Will walk up to you and explode in your face. What a big surprise. And you can now get it in Barely Default. Alright. Bye.